and welcome back to House of L. First, I want to show you something spectacular. This view. I know that this is the kind of view that you only see in postcards, and honestly it has been such a privilege to live here for such a long time. I basically got to experience London in like the most central location possible, and it has been freaking fantastic. But you can kind of hear that there's a lot of background noise, so the first thing that you would kind of expect from Piccadilly Circus is the fact that there is a lot of people all the time, and it kind of gets loud. I mean, just across the street there's a candy store. Just next to the candy store there's a strip club. There's like a really famous sandwich shop. I live just above a steakhouse, so pretty much like there is such a variety of shops. It's basically on the border between Soho and St. James's, and I mean Piccadilly Circus is like supposed to be the junction between three very important areas in central London: Mayfair, Soho and St. James's, and they're all historically very important areas. Soho currently is pretty much the party area. St. James's is kind of like, it's got this like classy posh vibe. It's the home of a lot of very important institutions, whereas Mayfair is, I think, kind of like the going out scene as well, but it's very, very expensive there. So really nice clubs, really nice bars, but it is a little bit on the pricier end in comparison to Soho. So in this video I was basically hoping to share a couple of experiences of what it is actually like to live here at Piccadilly Circus. So one of the major things that you will notice very quickly is just the very fact that there's people all the time. I was fortunate enough to move here throughout the COVID pandemic when travel restrictions were still in place for the UK, so thankfully I got to experience the whole area with a bit of a chiller vibe than one in generally would. But overall, I think that as COVID stopped being a thing, it became like more and more and more just busy. You would have to like cross the street, and then you kind of have to get dressed up because you don't really want to just go out and, you know, just wearing some stupid stuff. And it kind of became difficult to pretty much do like even the most basic things, including things like take out the trash. So yeah, that has been like a bit of a difficult point. So I am a very extroverted person in general, and I love being at a party. I love being the life of the party at some parties, not all of them. So for a lot of the time I really appreciated being in like the party place of London, because like Friday and Saturday it gets crazy. Like there's such a sea of people all the time. It is ridiculous. So initially it was amazing, it was lovely, but after a while I just started realizing that there were some Fridays or Saturdays where I just wanted to catch a break, and I wasn't able to catch a break because everyone else was having fun outside, and I just kept getting this like fear of missing out. I was like, well, there could be like something spectacular happening out there, but you're not experiencing it. So yeah, do you really want that? So it's basically been like a very long time since I had a proper break. Not overly thrilled about that. Like if you actually see things as they properly are without the camera messing up, it is literally fantastic. Like look. Yep. Well, it's raining right now. The flight itself is amazing. I think you can check it out in one of my other videos. Basically has like huge floor-to-ceiling windows, which I'm a massive fan of. And yeah, you get a lot of really nice people who live here as well. God, it's like the perfect sunset, look. Albeit with a little bit of rain, but you get it. And like right now, it's like a Friday evening around like 5 p.m. so people are already starting to kind of like gather for the evening. It's gonna be a great night. Yeah, you get it. Anyway, I was also celebrating the New Year's Eve here, and it was amazing. Like my brother and I were here, we had a lot of fun together, and this whole area was basically like covered with people. Around midnight there was literally a bus that was just passing through the street, and it just got like crowded around with people, so I couldn't move because it was like midnight and it was Happy New Year. And I think I'm gonna like just show you that video because it was just like amazing. So I think like all in all, it is a great experience to live here. I know that once you actually pass through this area, you really don't necessarily get the feeling that anyone really lives here, because I mean, it's like such a central area, and there is just so many things going on, like restaurants and pubs and clubs and things like that. So you don't really get the residential vibe. You really get like the party type of vibe. But there is like, I think, 2 residential buildings just around this area, and one of them is this one. It's filled with Airbnbs basically, so I was very fortunate to manage to get it for as long as I did. I know that it's probably sounding like really, really nice to just wake up in the morning and have that as a view, and believe me, it is. It has its own value. It's freaking amazing. I mean, look at it. It's Piccadilly Circus. You might as well just like open a postcard and look at it. It's that good. I know. But I think there comes a point after living here, however extroverted you are, where you just reach a limit and you're like, you know what, I just want to get out of here. Like, I got to the point where I would go to City of London on a weekend, which is by no means quiet. It's not like countryside style of quiet, but it is quieter. And I thought, I would think like, man, I just want to like sit here on a bench and just be quiet, just like enjoy the quietness. Or I remember visiting my parents recently and thinking, just like I lay in my bed, it was like very dark at night, and I just started texting with somebody, and only then I realized that my phone actually makes a small vibrating sound when you text somebody, and I had not noticed this for a year, or maybe I had noticed but I had totally forgotten it, because it's just like, it gets very loud, even though my windows are like double or triple glazed. I forget it. You do get a little bit overwhelmed, and you do kind of want to move out of there. But all in all, it's a fantastic experience to be here. I mean, just like, I'm never gonna get over this view. Like, I've taken a zillion photos of the same view. Actually, a little experiment that I was doing was essentially every time I would like wake up at night to go to the toilet or something like that, I would come to this window and I would check, are there any people right now at Piccadilly Circus? And believe me, for like a whole year, I never quite woke up at the right time to take that precious photo of Piccadilly Circus without anyone there, but eventually I made it. It's there. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys with a spectacular view. Hope you enjoy this video. If you're into it, as usual, like, subscribe, join the family. I like all of you. Bye!